this is Mark Walton with the Walton School of Auctioneering at 800-369-2818. We are located in Medina, Ohio. I want to get on to drills 4 and 5 of our series to properly learn the number sequences for bid calling as an auctioneer. These sequences are a little bit easier. That's okay because it'll allow us to practice some other things in our chant. Sequence number 4 is simply counting by 5s, and you want to take your breath every 100, and the entire drill will go up to 1,000. I'm probably not going to go through the whole thing. It simply sounds like this. Then take your breath down here. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 100. Now if you notice when I went through that, everything was kind of a monotone. We do have our hum there, but everything sounds kind of the same. Now if we continue to bid call that way, maybe we've got a 6-7 hour long auction, going to get kind of boring by the end of the auction. So this is where you want to practice just kind of changing the pitch of your chant. Okay, and it'll work its way into your chant if you do it during your number drills as well. So instead of just going 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 200. Okay? Instead we're going to change it up a little bit and just listen to the difference between that and when I change my pitch a little bit. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95. Okay, hear the difference in that? That would take us up to 300, I believe. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 400. 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45, 50, 55, 60, 65, 70, 75, 80, 85, 90, 95, 500. I'm also kind of changing the pace a little bit as I do that. Okay. The last drill on the number sequences is simply counting by 10s. Most people could probably do that blindfold. That's okay. You still need to have those sequences ingrained within you. You also need to practice some of the things I talked about in drill number 4. So instead of simply going 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 100, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 200, it's going to sound like this. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 300. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 400. 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, 60, 70, 80, 90, 500. And on up to 1,000. Both of these drills are going to go up to 1,000. Practice them. I'm not a big believer in practicing chanting backwards. Some institutions will teach that you should learn them forwards and then turn around and do the drill backwards. If you know them forwards, you'll know them backwards. If you know, for instance, your quarters, and if you're going backwards in order to look for a bid from 100, you'll know 100, would you get 50, would you get 25? You're dropping by 50 the first time, $25 sequence the second time. You'll get to know that. Okay? I don't think it's necessary to go 5, 10, 15, 20, all the way up to 100 and then turn around at 100 and go 95, 90, 85, 80, 75, 70. I think that is unnecessary. Okay? So again, use all these, put them together, and typically when we're practicing these, we'll go from drill number 1, we'll do quarters, then we'll do, from quarters we'll go to 2.5, 5, 7.5, do a sequence there, and then we'll go to 1, 1.5, 2, 2.5, 3, 3.5, 4, or sequence number 3, and then we'll move on to sequence 4 and sequence 5, and then begin that again. And typically you're going to want to practice these numbers, particularly when you're starting out, for an hour a day. Just doing the drill after drill after drill for 1 hour per day. Now as we start to talk about the chant, and as you start to practice this, initially you'll start practicing numbers for an hour a day, then as you start to work the chant into that, your practice should change. Maybe it'll be 75% of that hour is spent doing numbers, where the last 25% is involved in actually doing the chanting or bid calling. Okay, and as you progress, you'll probably work it down to where about 25% of your practicing for your hour a day will be in the realm of doing number drills, and the other 75% will be working on the fine points of your chant. Okay? But again, that's as you progress. When you're first starting out, numbers, 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 that's the foundation for everything else. It's like trying to learn to run before you learn to stand up and walk. Okay, that does it for this video. We'll see you on the next one.